Welcome to digitalconstructive.com, and in this video we're going to be talking about the C-43 license, also known as the sheet metal contractor license. A sheet metal contractor selects, cuts, shapes, fabricates, and installs sheet metal such as cornices, flashings, gutters, leaders, pans, kitchen equipment, ductwork, including insulation, patented chimneys, metal flues, metal roofing systems, and any other installations requiring sheet metal. And that definition is straight from the CSLB website, and that's the Contractors State License Board. So essentially, a C-43 license is required for anybody looking to bid on sheet metal projects that exceed $500 in labor and materials. Now, how long does it take to get the C-43 license? You're looking at an average time frame of about 90 days. Now, typically, the time of year when you send your application, your criminal history, or whether or not your application is put up for further review are all different factors that can add to that 90-day time frame. But generally, you're looking at about a 6 to 8 week application processing time, and then maybe another 3 to 4 weeks before you go and take your test. The basic requirements to get a contractor license are that you got to be at least 18 years old, you've got to have a valid driver's license or USA ID, you've got to have a Social Security or ITIN number, and you can't currently be on probation or parole. Now, the experience requirements required for the C-43 license are that you have at least 4 years full-time journey level experience that has to be within the last 10 years. You've got to have somebody who can sign off on that experience. And you've got to be able to document it if the CSLB asks you to submit documentation. Now, who can sign off on your experience? You could use a general engineering contractor. You could use a C-43 license holder. You could use a foreman or supervisor, somebody you've worked with within the last 10 years. A fellow journeyman or employee, again within the last 10 years. Or even a business associate in some cases. Now, filling out the C-43 license application is going to require that your qualifying individual, the person that signs for you, is going to need to provide a brief but detailed description of your knowledge and your skill set. And the way this description is written is critical to whether or not your application is accepted. So, for example, Tom is a great guy and he's replaced our storm drains. It's not descriptive enough. What the CSLB is going to want to see is something that sounds more like, Tom has installed septic tanks, precast manholes, catch basins, clarifiers for industrial waste and drain fields. Now, that's just an example, but they just want to see something a little bit more descriptive. Now, if you need help filling out the application, you'll see a link that you can check out, and you'll get information about getting this done right and correct the first way. Now, your criminal history. Now, everybody can get a contractor license regardless of their criminal history, but there are certain charges that the CSLB, has red flags. So when they see those charges, those are issues. Everybody has to do live scan fingerprinting. So even if you do have something on your record, just be 100% honest about it. Typically, if they don't fall under fraud, forgery, or an embezzlement, it's generally not a problem, but you'll want to be prepared to submit any court documents that the CSLB asks you to submit. Now, what's on the exam? So there's going to be two parts. There's 115 questions covering contractor law. There'll be another 115 questions covering sheet metal. You'll have 3 hours to complete each portion. It's a multiple choice test, and it's done on site on a computer at a CSLB testing facility. And you can bring a translator the day of the exam if you need to. Now, the C-43 license exam covers 27% planning and estimation, 15% preparation, fabrication, and storage, 28% installation, and 30% safety. Now, for more information about what's on the law test and what's on the trade test, I suggest you check out our website. You'll see that link pop up. Now, after you pass the exam, you'll get your results immediately. Again, the test is done on a computer, so you'll know right then and there whether you pass or fail. You can typically take a retake generally within about 3 weeks. If you fail, then you can usually take a repeat test, sometimes quicker than that, but generally about 3 weeks you can go and retake it. And then you pay your license activation, and then you provide what's called a contractor bond number. And then generally you get your contractor license in the mail in about 2 to 3 weeks. Now, the costs associated with the C-43 license are that you're going to pay a state application fee, you're going to pay a license activation fee, and then a renewal fee every 2 years. You're going to pay for fingerprinting, And then you got to provide a contractor bond number, which has its own fee. Now, at the end of this video, you'll see an option. You'll see a video where you can see the most up-to-date contractor license fees in California. I suggest you watch that one. And then you'll also see a bond tutorial video. So you'll want to watch both of those. In conclusion, getting your C-43 sheet metal license, it can be a very smooth process if you've got the correct information and your application's filled out correctly. Now, obviously, you want to pass the test the first time. For help doing that, you'll see a link. Check it out. We've got a lot of information about passing the test, getting the application filled out correctly, choosing a bond. But, pass the test the first time. That's your best bet. Just want to say thanks for watching. For additional information, check out some of our other videos. If you found this video helpful, like the video, subscribe to our channel, drop us a comment if there's a video you want to see us make or if you have a question. But again, this is digitalconstructive.com, and thanks again for watching.